So you're going to gather all your fingertips together and then extend the pointer fingers up like you're pointing at something. And then you're going to bring your left hand over the heart, right hand just below that with both pointer fingers facing up towards your chin. This is called Hamsi Mudra or Lightness Mudra. It brings a sense of positivity, playfulness, lightness, energy, which will be needed for the flow we're engaging in together today. So taking a deep breath in, think about energy coming in and up through the index fingers all the way up to the crown of your head to help lift you. As you exhale, the energy awareness stays there at the crown of the head, but just let the air flow out. We'll do that for a couple more rounds of breath. So we're inviting in more light, more energy into our bodies to help balance out the growing night and the waning day, keeping that inner fire alive. And then to help wake ourselves up, we're going to do drumming. So you're going to create some loose fists. So ball up the hands. And then it doesn't matter which one you start with. Start lightly drumming out the arms, getting all sides of the arms to the best of your ability. Helps to awaken the circulation. Go over to the other arm if you haven't already switched it out. And then go across the chest, lightly drumming out the chest. Maybe get the voice involved, make some sound. Like you're Tarzan in the jungle, letting the other creatures and living things know that you exist and that you're alive. Okay, continue that down toward the ribs and the belly if you haven't already, to the hips, the pelvis, and then do the best you can to drum around the back, getting as much surface area as you can, and then start to move down toward the. You can start with the outsides of the legs, moving all the way down toward the feet, and then we'll start to drum coming up the insides of the legs, all the way up toward front of the pelvis, around the glutes, all the way back up the chest and around the ribs, the side body, the back, upper back, back around to the arms. Okay, and then go ahead and shake that out, roll out the wrists. And then bring your hands onto your head, close your eyes and give yourself a lovely massage. Maybe getting those fingers, fingernails if you have them, into the scalp, giving yourself a good little head scratch. Okay. All right, and then arms down by the sides. Good mountain pose here to start. Open up the or blinked closed. And then we're gonna engage in some sunrise breaths. So slowly starting to lift the energy. Inhale the arms up about 45 degrees in relation to your body, and then exhale, lower them down. We'll inhale the arms up about halfway, about shoulder height. So your inhale becomes a little bit more expansive as well as the exhale. Inhale the arms about 3/4 of the way up. And then down. Breath continuing to grow. Inhale. Look up, gather the palms, exhale, hands come down to heart center. 3 big breaths, inhaling, circling the arms up. Exhale, hands join to heart center. Twice more, inhale. And exhale. And one more time, really follow the pace of your own breath. And exhale. Make sure you're facing the top edge of your mat. Inhale, reach up. And as you exhale, generous bend in the knees as you fold forward. Maybe bend your knees so much that your thighs are supporting the upper body. And then shake out the head. If you wish, you can clasp opposite elbows and sway side to side. That can feel nice. The back of the arms. Maybe circle out the neck a little bit, but letting the head be heavy, just dangle. And the only action here is to kind of rotate it around if you. Okay. And then on your inhale, fingertips onto the shins or thighs, come up halfway lift. Big breath, crown of the head. Exhale, bend in your knees as you fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, reaching through the crown of the head to lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Fingertips down onto the earth, bend your knees as much as you need to make that happen. And then start to heel toe the feet all the way together. Big toes touch, just a little space in between the heels. Bend the knees so much that the thighs are almost parallel with the earth. Squeeze the thighs together as you sweep the arms up alongside the ears for chair pose. Pin your belly in towards your spine. Relax the shoulders away from the ears, even if that means your arms have to come a little bit wider. Okay, taking a big breath in here, lift the heart. And as you exhale, forward fold, bend your knees as much as you need to. Become aware of that left foot, step it back and pivot out to face the long edge of the mat on your left. And a forward fold, alternating the bend in your legs, shifting from side to side. Let the head and the upper body be heavy as best to your ability. All right. Keeping a nice generous bend in the knees, come on up, hands onto the thighs for a goddess squat. And we'll find a few shoulder dips, side to side. Go at a pace that feels comfortable, where you can be mindful with your breath. And then make sure you've done both sides evenly. And then coming in through center, you're going to inhale and round the spine. Let the arms be heavy as you straighten through the legs, tuck the chin. As you exhale, stick out the tail, lift the heart space, lift the gaze. Inhale to round and come up. This is like a modified cat-cow. Exhale to arch the spine, stick out the tail, brighten up the heart. Inhale to round, puffing up the back of the heart. One more time, exhale to squat down for that cow pose. And inhaling to come up for your cat pose. Inhale to reach the arms up so that you create a giant X with your body. Toes are out, heels are in. Reaching through the crown of your head, that's point 1. Through both sets of fingers, that's 2 and 3. And grounding down fiercely through both your feet, that's 4 and 5. 5-pointed star. This posture instills confidence as well as positivity and optimism. Take a deep breath in, getting big and bright. And as you exhale, generous bend in the knees to fold forward, fingertips onto the earth. Inhale, lift up halfway, slide the fingertips onto the shins, reach through the crown of the head. And exhale, come back on down. Inhale for your 5-pointed star, reach up. And exhale, hands come down to heart center. Find your mudra, your Hamsi mudra. Point your fingers out, left hand stacked over right at your center line. Feel the energy rising in your body. Taking one more deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose or mouth. Okay, finding a little squat here, hands back onto the thighs. You're going to take your right hand, swing it up and around to the right. It's going to swing all the way over to the left. And then it's finally going to land onto the earth. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Hand can be fully planted or onto fingertips. And then inhale, reach your left arm up toward the sky to find a twist. Taking a big Breath in, open that heart up toward the sky as best you can. And exhale, lower that left hand down alongside the right. Bend your knees a lot. As you inhale, reach the arms out to the sides. We're in a halfway lift. And then press fiercely through the soles of the feet to come up using the power of your legs. Exhale, hands come down. And we'll do that on the other side. So inhale, lift your left arm up and out, circling all the way over to the right. Fingertips or hand lands onto the earth. Inhale, lift your right arm high, stacking the shoulders like 12 and 6 on a clock. Big breath in here. Exhale, lower that right hand down. On your inhale, bend the knees, reach the wings out to the sides, halfway lift. And then on your next inhale, press in through the soles of the feet to lift on up. Exhale, hands come down. A little bit more fluid with the breath, leading with the right side again. Inhale, reach it up and over to the other side, hand lands. Inhale, reach that left arm up. Exhale to lower it down. Inhale, arms out, and then press up. Exhale, hands come down. Inhale the left arm up and around. As the arm descends, then you exhale at the hand. Inhale, right arm up, stacking shoulders. Exhale, hand comes back down. Inhale, arms out to the sides and then all the way on up. And exhale, hands come down to heart center. Inhale for your 5-pointed star, getting big through all 5 directions, lifting the heart. Little tuck of the tailbone, pinning that belly in toward the spine. As you exhale, generous bend in the knees to forward fold once again. Inhale, come up halfway, and then pivot to the top of your mat. Step that left foot back forward, toes touching, little space between the heels. Lower the hips low, squeeze the thighs together. Inhale, reach the arms up for your chair pose. Utkatasana, also known as fierce pose. Take a deep breath in through the nose. As you exhale, lower the hands down. Step your left foot back and lower the left knee down. Becoming still aware of that left leg, get that knee out to the side, and then come up to a kneeling position. It's almost like we're in a kneeling warrior 2. Right knee is facing forward, facing the long edge of the mat. Okay. Inhale, reach your arms up. As you exhale, bring your forearm onto your thigh and reach up and over through your left fingertips. Taking a deep breath in and out. On this next round of breath, focus in on your left side body. On your next inhale, come on up, reach the arms up. Hit the hands toward the back of the mat. Plant that hand, and then lift that right leg up high off the ground. Okay, so we're in a supported side plank. Take a deep breath in. Stay here, or on the exhale, bring your knee and your elbow together to crunch. Inhale to get long. Exhale to crunch. Inhale. And exhale. Lower that right foot down as you take your next inhale. And as you exhale, step that right foot back, and then see if you can spin the heart up toward the sky any amount more. Take a big breath in. And exhale, lower that hand down, coming into a tabletop here. Tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. We're facing the back of the mat. Big breath in and out. Inhale to lift both of your heels high to the sky. Bend the knees generously. Look in between the hands and take several steps to the top of your mat. Big toes touch, little space between the heels. Bend the knees, lower the hips. Squeeze the thighs together as you reach the arms alongside the ears. Chair pose one more time. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, forward fold, straighten the legs a little bit. Step that right leg back, right knee down, and then pivot that right foot about 90 degrees. so that that right knee faces the long edge of the mat. So we're in our kneeling warrior 2 at the back of the mat. Okay. Inhale, reach the arms up. As you exhale, lower the forearm down onto the thigh and reach up and over to find that nice expansive opening in the side body. Press into the forearm to come out of your shoulder. Notice if it's kind of crowded there. Take a deep breath in and out. One more big breath in. As you exhale, swing that arm to come back toward the top of the mat. Lift the left leg up. Reach that arm alongside the ear. Supported side plank. You can stay here for 3 rounds of breath, or on your next exhale, find a crunch. Inhale brings you long. Exhale, find that compression. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. And then everybody lower the toes down onto the ground. Take that left foot, step it back about a foot or so to inhale and roll the hips and the heart up toward the sky. Stargazer. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, lower that hand down. Coming into a tabletop, find your alignment here. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Paddle out your feet, shake your hips from side to side. Find any organic movement that you would like here. All right. On your next inhale, you're going to shift forward into plank with or without knees. You always have your knees here to support you as you build abdominal strength. As you exhale, chaturanga, elbows move straight back behind you, hugging the sides of the body. Come all the way down onto your belly for cobra. Keep the elbows hugged in tight. Inhale, peel the heart off the earth just a little bit, and then exhale, come back down. Press the tops of your feet into the earth fiercely. Both feet should be touching. This is your snake tail. Inhale for cobra, and exhale down. Inhale one more time, lift up. And exhale, shifting back on the knees, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Let's take a clearing breath. Inhale through your nose and out through the mouth. On your inhale, lift your right leg high to the sky. On the exhale, bend the knee in toward the chest, press the earth away, and step that right foot through. Lower the left knee down. And if you need to, wiggle that right foot forward. Come on up, nice and slow, hands on hips here. Okay, so we're just gonna find a nice stable base. So if you feel more stable, you could walk that foot out to the outer edge of the mat. Maybe you want more challenge in your balance. So you could walk it in closer to the center of the mat. Okay, maybe you want to be somewhere in between there. Okay, so just options. All right, inhale the arms up alongside the ears. They can be in a number 11 or maybe more of a V shape. So I'm more in a proposal pose here, so I'm not quite sunken into my lunge. We're going to go there on the next exhale. So take a deep breath in and exhale, sink into your lunge. Inhale to come out. Exhale, cactus your arms this time as you sink in. Inhale to come out. And exhale to sink in, stay here. Inhale to reach the arms high to the sky. Right arm stays where it is. You're going to cartwheel that left arm down so that the arms stack like 12 and 6 on a clock. Tuck your back toes, option to lift that left knee off the earth. Maybe the gaze looks up toward that right hand. Big breaths in and out as you hold here. Revolved low lunge. Big breath in, reach those fingertips. Exhale, lower that right leg down, or I'm sorry, that right hand down. Step the right foot back, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in through your nose. And out through the nose or the mouth. Lower the knees down onto the earth, big toes together to touch. Lower the third eye down onto the ground for a little breather here, a little break, a little respite before moving over to the other side. It might feel nice to gently rock side to side, maybe through the hips or through the third eye, through the hairline. Just some options. And then we're going to come on up. Let's meet in that downward facing dog again. And then we're going to repeat what we've just done on our left side. So inhale, lift your left leg as high as you can. As you exhale, bend the knee, curl it in towards your chest. Press the earth away to make space. Step the left foot forward, right knee down. And again, if you need to wiggle that left foot forward to find more of a stable stance, then go ahead and do that, of course. Inhale, come on up as you're ready. We're in our proposal pose, not quite sunken in yet into that lunge. Find a stable stance. Maybe adjust the foot out or adjust the foot in. Okay. And then inhale, reach the arms up toward the sky. Keep them high as you exhale, sink into your lunge any amount. Inhale to come on out. Exhale, sink in, and then make those cactus arms bending at the elbows. Inhale to reach up. Exhale to cactus, stay here. Inhale, reach those fingertips high. As you exhale, right hand lowers, left arm stays high. Find the 12 and 6 in the arms. Tuck the back toes. Option to lift that right knee off the earth. Maybe you gaze up toward the left hand. The gaze can be low if you need that stability and balance. Take a big breath in. Exhale, cartwheel that left hand down alongside the left foot. Step back to downward facing dog. Take a big breath in through your nose. And as you exhale, widen the knees, big toes together, coming back into our child's pose. Big breaths in and around the lungs to expand all those muscles around the heart. And exhaling steadily to clean house, as I often like to call it. Stay in child's pose as long as you need. Meet me in a down dog whenever you're ready. Finding just a little bit more energy and movement together. We'll start with the right side once again. So inhale, lift the right leg high. As you exhale, bring the knee in toward the chest, press the earth away to make that space, step it through, left knee down onto the ground. Inhale to reach on up, coming out of the lunge a little bit. Exhale to sink in, cactus your arms. Stay here. Inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, left hand cartwheels down, right arm stays high. Maybe tuck the back toes and lift that left knee off the earth. Option. Big breath in and out. Lower the right hand down alongside the right foot. Little change here. Pivot that left foot down so that the heel comes down onto the mat. And then as you're ready, press into your feet to come on up. Warrior 2. Arms out to the sides, glancing over your right fingertips. Okay. So we're going to pump in and out of that front leg. And on this one, I'm going to invite you to keep the palms faced up, like you're holding trays, okay? So inhale to come out. Exhale to sink into your warrior. Inhale out. Exhale, warrior 2. And we're just moving the legs here. We're not moving the torso. Okay. And then on your next exhale, come down into your warrior two. Make sure that your knee is aligned over the ankle. Okay. So in other words, we just don't want the knee kind of caving inward. We want it to be aligned with the toes. All right. You're going to take that right hand, big breath in, tick-tock the arms. Left arm comes down to rest lightly on that back leg. Right arm is high, maybe looking upward. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, maybe sink a little bit deeper into your reverse warrior. On your inhale, straighten that right leg. Cross your wrists in front of you. Shift the toes so the toes are out, heels are in. We're facing the long edge of the mat. And then open up those arms. We're back in our 5-pointed star. Gazing up to where the wall meets the ceiling, keeping all sides of your neck long. Good, finding that big bright energy once again. Exhale, forward fold. Nice generous bend in the knees as you come down. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale to lower. Inhale, root to rise. Find your 5-pointed star. And exhale, bring hands down in front of space. Find your Hamsi Mudra again with both pointer fingers facing up toward the sky. Left hand stacked over right. We're going to move through 5 rounds of breath of joy. So you may want a bit of a more narrow stance, so maybe heel toe your feet in once. And keep a generous bend in your knees, okay? Always keeping the belly plugged in toward the spine to protect the low back, because part of this breath is a forward fold. So you can release your hands down by the sides here to start. Breath of joy is the inhale parceled off into 3 parts, and then a big exhale, and you can exhale through the nose or the mouth. It looks like this. Okay, so it's a little bit of air in, arms front, a little bit more out to the sides, a little bit more up to the sky, and then a big exhale to forward fold. Okay, so we'll do that 5 times. So at the ready here, little bend in the knees, big breath in through the nose, and out through the mouth. And here's 1. Here's 2. And 3. 4. 5, last one. And then inhale, come all the way on up. Arms and hands can just hang out at the sides. Keep the eyes open if you can. And just notice anything at all that there is to notice in this moment. All right, inhale, lift the arms high to the sky. As you exhale, forward fold, generous bend in the knees. Fingertips down onto the ground. And heel toe the feet in once, maybe twice. Toes will still be out and heels in. Come down into your yogi squat, okay? So your hips don't have to be super duper low to the ground. You could keep the hips lifted here if that's enough stretch and length for you. Okay, and then if you happen to have a blanket or a block with you, you can always prop the hips up on that. Invitation here to either leave the fingertips onto the ground in front of you or use the backs of your arms to encourage a little bit more opening through the hips and bring the hands together in front of the heart. Malasana or garland pose. Take a big breath in, see if you can lift the heart into the backs of the thumbs. On your exhale, if your fingertips aren't already onto the ground, bring them there and then lift the hips high. Shift the weight into the heels of your feet to point your toes forward and then let your upper body hang. Bring a generous bend into the knees as you sway. Okay. Inhale to lift up halfway, reach the crown of the head forward. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, generous bend in the knees to root and rise. And exhale, hands come on down. Heel toe your feet out once, maybe twice. We're going to find our 5-pointed star again. Toes out, heels in. And then as you're ready to draw in your next breath, lift those arms up, creating that giant X shape with our body. Big breath in. And listen carefully. On the exhale, you're going to cartwheel the arms down to face the back of your mat. Flip up that back heel so that you can step back to downward facing dog. Take a big breath in and out. Okay, we just have one more side on our feet and then we'll come down toward the earth. Inhale to lift your left leg high. As you exhale, bring the knee in toward the heart space, press the earth away, step that foot through, lower the right knee down. As you're ready, come on up, out of the lunge just a little bit, reach the arms up, and on your next exhale, sink into your lunge, cactus your arms. Stay right here. Inhale, lift the arms high. Keep the left arm lifted as you lower the right arm down. Find the stack of the shoulders. Option to lift that back knee off the earth. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, lower that left hand down. Pivot that back foot down. If you have the knee lowered, you'll have to lift it to make that happen. Heel to arch alignment. And then inhale, cartwheel the arms up. Your legs can be straight here to start, finding our warrior 2 stance, and flip the palms up. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, bend into your left knee. Inhale to exhale, sink in. One more time like this. And exhale, you're going to stay here, glancing over your left fingertips. And then we're going to reverse the warrior on the next inhale. Lift the left fingertips up as the right fingertips float down. We're just lightly resting this arm along the leg. We're not dumping our weight into that leg whatsoever. Maybe the gaze floats upward. You can be straight ahead of you or even down toward the ground. Okay, just option. Take a big breath in. Maybe try to sink a little deeper into your reverse warrior. On your inhale, straighten through your left leg, both legs straight now. Cross out the wrists, toes out, heels in. Find your 5-pointed star once again. Big breath in, reach through all 5 points. And then as you exhale, generous bend in the knees, fold forward. Point your toes forward to the long edge of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, slide your fingertips up your shins or thighs. Exhale, surrender back down. Inhale to press through your feet, come all the way on up. Exhale, hands come down in front of the heart. Find your mudra once again with the pointer fingers, left hand stacked over right. Okay, 5 more rounds of breath of joy. And just a reminder, it's the 3 sips of air in, arms forward, then out, then up, and then an exhale. Okay, so let's all take a deep breath in through the nose together, arms down by the sides, and out through the nose or the mouth. And here's 1. Last 1. And inhale, come up nice and slow. Maybe bring your hands over your heart. Feel your fierce heartbeat. And then we're going to heel toe the feet in once, maybe twice. Breathe in to reach the arms up. And breathe out to forward fold. Bend the knees generously to find your version of a yogi squat. Okay. And remember that the hips can be a little higher here if that's what you need. And you can use the backs of your arms to support the inner thighs. If you have hands in front of the heart space, take a deep breath in. Try to lift your heart into the backs of the thumbs. And then exhale, fingertips onto the earth if they're not already there. Pop the hips up, forward fold, sweet release. Find a little sway from side to side. All right. And then from here, we're going to find a seat. So if you have something to elevate your hips with, I recommend that. We're going to cross the legs out in front of us into easy pose. All right, and scooch toward the edge of your blanket or cushion if you have one to just help tilt the pelvis forward, which helps you to sit up a little bit straighter. Let's just take a moment here with our eyes closed to adjust to this new perspective, this new position, being off of our feet, showing so much gratitude for our feet and our legs and their immense strength to carry us forward, not only in our yoga practice, but every step we've taken along the journey, this life. All right, so this class is about lifting energy and having a little bit of fun and playfulness. So we're going to do what's called chase the rabbit. This is wonderful for building new neural pathways and keeping your brain nice and strong. This is brain yoga. So what you're going to do, it doesn't matter which one you start with, you're going to create peace fingers with one hand and then a pointer with the other hand, just like the mudra that we've been working with, okay? And you're going to point at the rabbit with that hand. And then you're going to switch it out. Peace fingers, pointer finger. Switch it out, peace fingers, pointer finger. Switch it out, peace fingers, pointer finger. And then keep going back and forth. And if you feel like you can increase the speed, then you can do that. Okay, so this is similar to like patting your head and rubbing your belly, right? It's like two different actions happening simultaneously. This action is wonderful for uniting left and right side hemispheres of the brain. It keeps you nice and focused and concentrated. Gets you a little exercise through the wrists and the hands. Okay. And then maybe try to take it as fast as you can. If you don't exactly get it right, that's okay. We don't have to be perfect. All right, and then shake it out, let it go, roll out the wrists, ball up the hands nice and tight, and then spread the fingers wide. Okay, shake out the arms. And then you're going to shift back here and switch out the cross of your legs. Okay, finding a nice tall seat once again. Inhale, reach the arms up toward the sky. As you exhale, find an easy twist in one direction. Doesn't matter which side. Bring your back hand close to your hip and inhale to press into those fingertips to help you sit a little taller. Belly pins in toward the spine, relaxing the tops of the shoulders away from the ears. And if it feels okay on the neck, you can start to rotate your cervical spine, that's the neck, the nose to look maybe over that shoulder behind you. And then we'll get the eyeballs involved as well. Maybe stretch those eyeballs all the way over to complete the twist. And we want to sit as tall as we can here with ears stacked over shoulders, shoulders stacked over hips. Take a big breath in. Think about the crown of the head reaching infinitely up toward the sky. And exhale right here into the twist. On your next inhale, reach the arms up nice and slow, letting the spine rebound. And exhale, hands come down by the sides. On your inhale, reach the arms out wide, spread the fingers well. Right arm over left, give yourself a big hug. Inhale to lift the elbows up and away from the chest. And as you exhale, allow the spine to round, tucking the chin down toward the arms, toward the chest. And we'll take 2 to 3 rounds of breath here. On your next breath in, lift on up. Release hold of yourself. Deep breath in as you reach the arms up. Take that twist in the opposite direction. Land that hand behind you close to your hip. It's like a kickstand to help you sit a little taller. Hugging the belly in, lifting the heart, relaxing the shoulders. And then option to start to turn the nose to look past the shoulder behind you, if that feels okay. And maybe the eyeballs all the way over as well. Notice if you're clenching the jaw, can you release that tension there? One more big breath in. And out. On your inhale, come back through center, allowing the spine to unwind slowly. And then exhale, hands come down by the inhale, the arms wide. And then bring your left arm over the right. Give yourself a hug. Wiggle the fingertips together on the back. Inhale to lift the elbows up and away from the chest, any amount. And then exhale, start to hinge forward at the hips. Let the back of the spine round, getting expansive through the back of the heart. Let the head be heavy. Inhaling to come on up, unwind, roll out the shoulders like you're backstroking in a pool, but just let the arms be heavy, kind of hanging out at the sides. The shoulders are doing all the work here, all the movement. Right. And then from here, we're going to shift around onto our back. If you have a blanket or something that you know you like to have for Shavasana, just have it nearby so you don't have to pop back up to get it. And I'll meet you onto the earth. Find any position that's going to be most comfortable for you. We're just going to take 2 to 3 rounds of breath to appreciate the new perspective, okay? Oftentimes in our lives, in our culture, we finish up one thing and then we're like, okay, what's next? Well, maybe we can just take a pause for a moment without doing anything at all. The sacred pause between activities, between postures, to notice. Maybe take stock, take inventory. And then we're going to bring the knees in toward the heart space. Give yourself a great loving squeeze. Hands onto the kneecaps and start to gently rock from side to side. Find a little bit of organic movement. Maybe you want to circle out the knees. They can move together or they can move in their own direction. Maybe tune in with any sensation you're feeling on the backside body, particularly in the low back, at least for me. And if you haven't already switched directions, go ahead and switch that out, go the other way. All right. And then we're going to release that left leg, but keep your right knee in. Give yourself a big, big hug, really bring that knee in close. And then cross your right ankle over your left thigh and use your right hand to just gently press the right thigh away. Flex your right ankle like you're pressing the heel out to the left. Okay. Keep that activation in your ankle as you reach the arms out to the sides. Palms can face up or down. And then start to move the package of the legs over to the left. So we're keeping the ankle connected to the thigh. And what we're looking for here is for that right foot to make contact with the earth. You can adjust the position of the legs so maybe they move further away from the upper body or even closer in. And then take that left hand now and gently push the right thigh away. Shift your gaze over to the right, maybe looking at your right fingertips. And we'll take several rounds of breath here. Okay, to come back up, lower that left hand down if it's not already on the ground. Cinch up your belly muscles to help lift the legs back up. Uncross your ankle, right foot back down onto the ground. Bring the feet nice and wide and then swish the legs from side to side. All right, and then both knees upward, both soles of the feet firmly planted, and then heel toe your feet closer together. Pick up that left leg now, cross that ankle over the right thigh. And then use your left hand to gently press the inner left thigh away. Flex through that left ankle so that the heel presses out toward the right. Okay, and then we're going to swing this figure four shape over to the right side until that left foot comes down onto the ground somewhere. Adjust the height of the legs if needed, or the position of the legs, if that makes more sense. And then bringing that right hand onto the inner thigh, press the leg away. Left arm out, shift the nose toward the left side. Lowering that right hand down toward the ground, using your ab muscles to lift the legs back up, uncross, and swish a little bit from side to side. All right. And then we're going to heel toe the feet together to kiss, and then butterfly the legs out to the sides. Okay. If you happen to have blocks or something to prop the outer edges of the legs, great. Another cool little trick is to ball up the hands, and you can bury them in the outer edges of where like the outer thigh meets the glute, and that can serve as a little bit of support. And we'll take about 5 rounds of breath here. Use your helping hands to bring the legs together. Heel toe the feet apart. Find a little bit more windshield wiping action. And then bringing the knees in toward the heart space, give yourself another loving squeeze. Option to move into a happy baby if you would like that. You take hold of the back of the knees, the lower legs somewhere, maybe the ankles or the feet. And maybe
Gently rock from side to side if that sounds good, or if you know that feels good for you. You can even extend the legs. Just be a little playful here, exploratory. Okay, enjoy about 5 more rounds of breath. And then we'll move into Shavasana. If you're ready to move into Shavasana, of course, you can head there now. An alternative option to Shavasana is legs up the wall, or if you happen to have a couch or a chair nearby, you can swing your legs up that. And that can be a wonderful grounding sensation. You want to make sure the back of your knees makes contact with the chair or couch, whatever you have, or a wall. You can just swing the legs up the wall. And from wherever you are, whatever position, press into the backs of the upper arms to scooch your shoulder blades together beneath you. Arms out to the sides, palms face up. Let's take a breath in through the nose together. Hold at the top. And open mouth exhale to unhinge the jaw. Letting it all go. Finding some rest and integration for your practice this afternoon. Draw in a deeper breath through your nose without making any other movement. Bringing awareness back into your body, into this space. Gently rock your head from side to side. Lift and lower the eyebrows. Run the tongue across the teeth, maybe lick the lips. Twinkle your toes and your fingers. Reach the arms overhead, take a full body stretch. And then from wherever you are, bend the knees in toward the heart space, roll over to one side into fetal position. This posture that represents new beginnings, fresh starts, rebirth. We emerge from our Shavasana, corpse pose, the death of a practice, to be reborn Pressing into your top hand to come up into any seat.
That would be most supportive for you in this moment. Bring your hands together in Anjali Mudra in front of the heart. This gesture, this universal gesture that represents so many things like union, reverence, devotion, and gratitude. Lifting your big heart up. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, a little bow forward. Finding gratitude for all the teachers and the guides who have come before us to show us the way. Thank you. Gratitude to this beautiful earth in all of her abundance and nourishment. Thank you, thank you. Gratitude for the community that is around us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And gratitude for yourself for showing up once again to do the practice, to do the work, to not only better yourself, but to better your community and your world. Namaste.